So, coming back again and again, and what is it that we are coming back to? One of the most useful tools and skills that we can begin to implement in our daily life is to take these moments throughout the day to come back again and again to our breath. So, for sure, any single time that we feel overwhelmed, any single time that we feel a lot is happening within our inner world, if we're feeling anxious or if we're feeling any other profound emotion, then it's always a good idea just to take a break from life. And even if it seems like it might be a difficult moment to take a break, there's always an opportunity for us to pause whatever it is that we're doing so that we can attend to ourselves, so that we can attend to our being. So even if you're at work and you feel like you can't take the time for yourself, I always tell my clients, you can always even go and take a washroom break. You can go to the washroom and just sort of take a moment to pause and give yourself that space first and foremost. The second thing we need to be doing or practicing doing is regulating our entire being, regulating our minds, our emotional body, our central nervous system. And how do we regulate ourselves? We do this through our breathing. So there's so many breathing exercises. There's so many different ways to work with the breath. And breath work is always really beneficial. But when we want to regulate ourselves in the moment, we really want to come into a profoundly deep breath. So, breathing as deep as we can, all the way into our belly, and making those breaths both intentional and conscious. So, coming back to the breath and using the breath to regulate ourselves. And ultimately, this all leads us back to the heart space. So, everything that we're experiencing in our world, through our mind, through our emotions, through this physical body, everything that is happening on a moment to moment basis, on a daily basis in our experience, is really there to bring us back to our heart space, is really there to help us learn, move forward, and ultimately come back to the heart. Come back closer to home and come back closer to our truth. So I know this can be a really, really difficult time for so many people. A lot of people are losing their loved ones, experiencing a profound sense of loss, experiencing so much anxiety in the unknown of what's going to happen, experiencing so much worry with finances, with having to pay the rent and the bills and the groceries without necessarily knowing for sure whether they'll be able to. So, of course, this is a really difficult time, but ultimately, can we take a moment and just put on a different lens? Can we look at things from the view that all is a blessing that is ultimately going to help us come closer to the divine, come closer to our truest nature, allow us to have a stronger faith and trust, So this is really my personal viewpoint, is that all of these experiences are really there to help us reconnect, reconnect to the truth of our being, and reconnect to that which is larger and bigger than this worldly existence. So if we can begin to simply take a step back into our witnessing self, express our gratitude for all that we're going through, regardless of how difficult that may be, this can ultimately help us to come back to our center, to our heart, and back to the divine essence that is within us and all around us. And as we come closer to this great celebration of Easter and Good Friday tomorrow, it really feels like sacred heart initiations into this Christ consciousness. So is there anything that is arising for you that is propelling you to really redirect and return back to the heart, and to invite the Christ within the heart? And we do this through forgiveness, through understanding, and through unconditional love. So there's so many events that are happening all throughout our world that can cause a great amount of anger and disbelief. But can we really look at everything that's happening through a space of non-judgment towards those who are perpetuating the suffering that so many are experiencing? Can we see things through the eyes of forgiveness? Can we begin to look at things through the eyes of understanding? This is something that is really coming up for me. And it was so interesting because there was an instance where a sense of betrayal came up in my personal life. So, and it wasn't very massive. It wasn't anything big. It was just something that kind of took me off my vibration, allowed me for just a split second to go into that space of judgment. And the mind will always find these little ways to jump back in and to express itself, to express and continue its sense of separation. So these things happen. We sometimes fall off of our vibration. And that's okay, because it gives us an opportunity to recognize what is happening, and then the power to choose to come back. And this is the most wonderful part of this whole life experience, is that no matter how much we sway or fall away from the truth of who we really are, in each moment, we have the opportunity to tune in, to connect with our awareness, and to choose whether that which is arising within our mind is something that we want to be perpetuating. Is this something that I want to continue thinking? Is this something that I want to continue feeling, or is there an opportunity for me to redirect my attention, my focus, and come back to this very present moment, come back to my truth, and tune into my breath, come back to my heart space. And something that is almost like a mantra for me this entire year, something that I just hear within my entire being that resonates as truth throughout every single part of me, is the mantra of forgive them, for they do not know what they do. So this is what Jesus Christ said. He said, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. And really, when we come into this space, we can drop very deeply into the heart, into a state of forgiveness, which changes everything, which changes our entire experience. So we have to first start with ourselves. And once we start with ourselves, we can begin to extend that outward into the world. So may you in each moment come back again and again to your breath and to your sacred, holy heart that is full of unconditional love for all that is within existence, within our experience. Deeply knowing that everything has a purpose and everything will bring us closer to home. So we can now take some time to make our way into stillness, to make our way into our connection with self, our connection with the breath, with the body, with our thoughts, with our internal world, where we can simply dwell in the awareness, dwell in the moment from a space of non-judgment, acceptance, friendliness, compassion for all that is. So I will invite you now to come into a comfortable seated posture. To sit tall in the spine and to take a few deep breaths all the way into the belly. Sighing out the mouth, letting go. Deep breath in. And one more time, deep breath in. And using the beginnings of your meditation to take a few deep breaths, to come into a dignified posture, so that you can signal to your mind body that it is now time for us to come into a sharpened state of awareness, come into a state of observation, of attention. Take a moment to feel grounded at this time. So feel the weight of your body being supported by the earth, by the floor beneath you, by the chair, the couch, whatever it may be. Feeling the support. Tuning in to your body. And beginning to tune in to your natural breath. Allow your breath to be as it is. When we allow our breath to simply be without having any need to control it, to alter it, then we automatically begin to accept things as they are. We set the foundation for acceptance towards all of our experiences. By accepting the breath, we begin to train our minds how to accept all that is. So simply observe without judgment the breath coming in, the breath going out. Notice all the thoughts that are flooding in. Allow them to come, knowing that you are in full control of redirecting your attention in each and every moment back to the breath. You have the power within you to notice when your mind begins to drift, when your mind begins to jeopardize your energy, your consciousness. You can simply notice and bring yourself back again and again. We let go of any thought that arises. We let go of the need to become involved in thinking. We let go of the stories, the dramas, the need to know, to analyze, to solve, to figure out, to plan. All of the things that the mind loves doing, the mind thrives off of. This is a time to let that go. Simply notice that which is present and come back to the breath. Being curious as to how the breath is feeling within the body. And just observe. Observe your expansion as you breathe in. Observe that sense of nourishment from each breath. And give yourself permission to let go as you breathe out. Feel what is arising in your body. Maintain a sense of connection to the body by witnessing all of the physical bodily sensations that are coming and that are going. The more connected we are to the body, and the more stronger our mind-body connection is, the more we can tune in to the subtle sensations that are always there. So holding the physical bodily sensations within your awareness, holding the space to notice any thoughts that are coming and allowing them to go. And also noticing if there are any underlying emotions in your experience at this moment. What do you feel? Remember, we are holding ourselves in a safe space of kindness, compassion, non-judgment, and acceptance. And as we witness our moment-to-moment experience with the attention anchored in the breath, we notice that we are not our thoughts. We are not our emotions. And we are not this physical body. We are simply the witness of our mental realm, emotional realm, physical realm. As you continue staying with each breath, coming back again and again, can you take a small portion of your awareness and bring it in to the lower belly, the space below the navel? Allowing this space to fully relax, soften, melt away with each breath in, releasing any tension with each breath out. Softening on the in-breath, letting go of any armoring, any holding on the out-breath. And as you hold one point of awareness in this space, I will invite you to now come into your spiritual heart center. Our Hridaya, our spiritual heart, is located right above the center of our heart space. below our throat. This is our higher heart, the space of unconditional love. The space of our Christ consciousness. The space of the Christ heart. So simply allow your awareness to be in this space and to notice without any judgment, without any analysis. What do you feel? What do you sense? Can you continue to relax your body? Relax the shoulder, relax your chest. Allow the space to soften. Allow the walls to melt away. Knowing that you are safe. And as you hold your awareness on the breath, noticing your softened lower belly and tuning in to your sacred heart space. You may wish to say yes if you'd like to receive an energetic transmission at this time. Continue to stay with your sacred heart. And if you'd like, you may simply imagine a beautiful white light illuminating your heart space and an infinity sign made out of white light that is anchoring within your sacred heart. This infinity sign is growing and getting bigger, cleansing and clearing, activating, opening your hridraya. It is spreading outward, and it is beginning to rotate in all the directions. Keep staying with your breath. Keep staying with your experience. Keep coming back to the heart again and again. Training the awareness how to drop from the mental headspace into the heart space. Allowing your attention, your consciousness to dwell here. And letting go of any resistance that you may experience. Knowing it's okay to let it go at this time. You can simply imagine the resistance leaving with your out-breath. Allowing any burdens from your shoulders to melt away. Knowing that you can at any time return to God and allow God to take away all of your burdens, all of your sadness, all of your grief. You can give everything to God. Everything that feels too big to carry by yourself. Receive the light of God. Allow it to reach you. Know that God loves you so, so much. You are safe and you are loved. And you're always welcome back into the arms of God. And at this time, you may wish to bring your palms to touch, staying with your heart, staying with your breath, and simply taking this moment to express your gratitude. Express all that you are grateful for. And when you feel ready, simply begin to rub the palms against one another. Place them over the eyes. Open your eyes within the palms. And come back to the space whenever you feel ready. And can you bring that which you have cultivated from your meditation into the rest of your day? Can you maintain that connection with your breath, with your heart space? Can you remind yourself and allow yourself to be present in all of the moments? Thank you all who have joined. Thank you all who are here right now. If anybody ever wants to share their experience or to talk about their process with meditation, you can definitely reach out and feel free to connect. And thank you all for receiving. May you stay with your breath. May you stay with your heart. And may you be fully attentive to receiving all that is meant for you, receiving all that is available to us at this sacred, holy time. Blessings to everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.